This is the tragic story of how humans abandoned pigeons and then hated them.
Why are we involving ourselves in the weird and complicated, let's say, relationship between the humans and the pigeons? It has absolutely nothing to do with us. We're cats.
Well, cats like birds and cats like humans. Humans like cats and birds like cats at a distance. So in a way, it does involve us. The cats can be the neutral third party in ending this, as you were alluding to, silly war between the two, because we are liked, for the most part, by both. Plus, I recently made a new friend who will join us today.
Oh, right. Well, let's meet him or her then.
It's a he.
Nice to see you, Oscar. It's been a minute. How have you been? And I see you brought a friend with you, too.
Hello, Peanut. Oh, I forgot you two haven't met. This is my older twin brother, Whiskers.
I did not expect you to be a pigeon, although I should have guessed. We are discussing pigeons after all. But yes, hello there, Peanut. It's nice to finally meet.
Likewise, any friend or brother of Oscar's is a friend to me. Now, I appreciate you two taking the time to explore this very tragic and unfortunate situation. I won't reveal the details now, as I know the video will. But just know, by the end of this, you'll understand how the humans versus pigeons feud is, well, sad.
Judging by that look in your eye, I believe you're underestimating things, but like you say, we'll unravel the details as we proceed. Speaking of which, now if we're all ready, I'm Whiskers.
I'm Peanut the Pigeon.
I'm Oscar.
And
Let's get started.
Pigeons are easily the most misunderstood and hated birds, known as sky rats, vermin, dirty.
Oh, I've
but
been
did you
called
know
these
that they
more
were
often
once
than
a
not.
vital part of human culture and society?
Sorry for my little outburst. Hearing those words triggered some uncomfortable memories.
No problem. Happens to the best of us.
Sorry that happened to you.
Thank you for those kind words. They mean a lot. Back to the video. Like she said, pigeons and humans once had a positive, very positive, in fact, relationship. And we played an integral role in their lives. Yet, unfortunately,
Something changed, and today things are not.
Good.
exactly, not good.
They first appeared on Mesopotamian tablets over 5,000 years ago, but research puts their domestication at over 10,000 years ago. Originally farmed as a food source, they were the dominant bird meat in the Middle East and Europe for thousands of years. But it was the pigeon's astonishing ability to find its way home that gave rise to another use of pigeons: homing pigeons.
Huh? Doesn't appear things were really any better before. You went from being the subject of art to being eaten to a male bird. After being a model, the humans just used you.
I don't see it that way. Cows and sheep are treated the same. Sure, humans, and us cats for that matter, eat them, but humans still make and enjoy art featuring them. The difference between them and the pigeon is, humans have grown to love the companionship of cows and sheep, but at some point not pigeons.
Yes, exactly. Over time, humans have developed a strong emotional bond with many of the animals they've domesticated, such as cows, sheep, and cats. But as you say, constructed a barricade with others like rats and pigeons, which is odd to say the least.
And this was the cutting edge of communication technology. Homing pigeons were being used as early as 3,000 years ago. In ancient Rome to announce the winners of the Olympics or chariot races, and Genghis Khan used them to span the distance of Asia to Eastern Europe. They were even being used as recently as World War II in Britain to carry messages behind enemy lines, as many as 250,000 of them, and this was only discontinued in 1948.
Now, Oscar, you judge the humans for homing pigeons, seeing it as them using pigeons for a cheap mailman. But their value and history from the Olympics to modern warfare is very impressive, so I don't believe that was the case.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry, humans.
You're correct, Whiskers. The history of the homing pigeon is very impressive and interesting, especially their contributions to both world wars. I'd love to return one day and discuss it with you and the viewers if you'd like.
Definitely.
Sounds interesting.
If you would like to see a video about homing pigeons in both world wars, drop us a comment. Also share your thoughts about this video and suggest any you'd like to see there too. And don't forget to tap all the buttons, plus follow us for more educational and entertaining videos like this. Now back to the video.
So we extracted them from their homes in North Africa, Asia, Europe, and then forgot we did it. We imported them, and then they escaped and learned how to breed independently, and that's when they became feral, not wild.
I appreciate that she used forgot instead of something like, I don't know, purposefully, because most humans don't know the history between us and them, except possibly about homing pigeons. But other than that, probably nothing. They're unaware that we behave the way we do because of the thousands of years of attention they gave us. They forget they tamed us, treated us like royalty, and even believed consuming our flesh would cure them of the bubonic plague, then only remembered when they later decided we were a pest and a problem.
Right. Let us see how things changed so drastically between pigeons and humans.
So in the late 1800s, there were a few articles condemning the shooting of pigeons, and that was about it. But during the 1930s to 40s, pigeons became a nuisance through nesting and defecating on landmarks. In the 1950s, it was publicised that pigeons carry diseases, and in 1963, 2 deaths were blamed on pigeons. In June 1966, the New York City Parks Commissioner coined the term rats with wings, and when that featured in the 1980 film Stardust Memories, it was all over.
It's interesting that homing pigeons were discharged from the British Armed Forces. Round about the time, pigeons were considered a problem.
Yes, as she said, pigeons' public opinion shifted in the 1930s and 40s, and in 1940, 8 homing pigeons were dismissed from their military. Coincidence?
Probably not. Of course, advances in technology played a significant part, but the bad publicity pigeons were getting most likely didn't help. And while most, including Britain, have decommissioned their pigeon soldiers, some, including France, China, and Uruguay, still have a pigeon unit, although rarely used. But this happens with a lot of things. I've noticed once something isn't cool or becomes out of favor, humans tend to distance themselves from it. Pigeons were cool and everyone wanted their slice of the pie, sometimes literally in this case. Then pigeons weren't and most smelt a rat. To be fair to the humans, most aren't aggressively hostile towards us, just distant. And I will admit we pigeons could and should manage our defecation better. I wouldn't want human poop in or on my nest. And we really should stop the dive-bombing, stampeding herd behavior we do whenever a human is generous enough to feed us. So now that I think about it, we both, us and humans, have things to work on.
Right, but that stuff about pigeons carrying disease, and those to deaths, it all sounds a bit over the top. All animals carry disease, including humans.
Blaming the entire pigeon species for the death of 2 people seems a little bit of an overreaction.
Absolutely. Now, a little more information about this event. On October 1st, 1963, the New York Times published an article where chief mycologist in the Health Department's Bureau of Laboratories, Dr. Maxwell L. Littman, claimed the deaths of 2 New Yorkers were caused by pigeons, calling for the removal of the city's, at the time, 5 million pigeons. Dr. Littman's conclusion stemmed from these 2 reasons. 1. Both died from cryptococcal meningitis, which is caused by contact with Cryptococcus neoformans, a fungus that is found in our poop. 2. One of the victims made weekly visits to an office and stood by an open window overlooking a roof with a large flock of pigeons on it. This event helped sour the humans' opinion on pigeons, yet the New York Department of Health and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention couldn't confirm these deaths were caused by pigeons, or that casual interactions with them would cause humans to fall ill. So yeah, we may carry disease, but us making humans ill is rare. Even bird fancier's lung, a disease known to be transmitted from birds to humans, is considered rare. Basically, it's not impossible, but unlikely. Yet, like she said, New York wasn't finished with us, because 3 years later, they targeted us again. Then almost 2 decades later, Hollywood picked up this notion, and it was done. Now, over 4 decades later, our reputation is still rats with wings. Thank you, Whiskers and Oscar, for the opportunity you gave me to discuss this dire topic. Thank you for allowing me to share the pigeon's perspective, because it's rarely, if ever, heard. Of course, the creator of this wonderful video and her followers know our side, but those not obsessed with our kind don't. So thank you once again.
No thank you, Peanut. We enjoyed hearing your viewpoint.
As you stated, few know the truth about pigeons, only seeing the negative about them. Let's hope this video and your insight will bring change, even if only a little, to this cause and message.
For all the humans watching, pigeons are cool and should not be looked down upon because of their faults. No one is perfect, not even humans. Pigeons should be accepted like all other animals and have a place in our world.
Right on.
Aptly presented.
Now that's all from us, so until next time.
I'm Whiskers.
I'm Peanut the Pigeon.
I'm Oscar.
And
Bye.
Bye.